Greetings, friends. I am Wraith King, and welcome to the Dark Kingdom. Today we are going to go over what I think about, Activision, Blizzard, EA, just all of those really big gaming companies, because there's been a lot of really just jacked up things that have been going on in the gaming industry lately, and I think it's important that I touch on them here on the channel, because I've played basically all of they're popular games like, let's say, Destiny and Star Wars. I haven't played Star Wars on the channel here. Battlefront, I haven't played that. But I have played plenty of Blizzard games here on the channel, as well as, Bungie games as well. So I think it's important that I do touch on that, because I am a big fan of a lot of their games, and it is pretty crippling to me to hear about any of this stuff. But before I begin, I just want to apologize for having uploading anything, and it's been about a month since I've done anything here on the channel, and the reason being, there's been a lot going on in my actual life, and it's just a lot of things I have to get done. And right now I've been really focused on, just life in itself, and I've kind of just been away from gaming for quite some time, and I'm glad I've taken that break, because I've had time to work out more. I've had time to focus more on my drawing and better myself in that field. So I'm glad I've taken the break, but regardless, I do apologize, because I do feel guilty about not uploading anything here on the channel and entertaining all of you. But today I wanted to talk about this because, it is a serious subject. It's been bothering me for quite some time, and it's been on my conscience to talk about this with all of you for months now. And I'm glad I've come back to talk about this, as it is a subject that I've been anxious to say something about since the first day I heard about it months ago. So I'm going to start this conversation by saying I have many female friends who I love dearly, and I was raised by my mother. I have a deep connection with women, is what I'm trying to say here. So when I've heard this news, I was furious, angry, and I was just itching to make a video like this, but I wanted to be very calm with what I say. I want to say this correctly, and I want to say this in the best way I possibly can. So I'm kind of glad I took my time with this video, and I wanted to speak against these horrible things that have been happening and find a solution to fix them. I plan to tell all of you to do the same with this video. This is a bit of a plan I have, because we need to get this out there. We need people to know that this type of behavior just isn't cool within these corporations. And I say corporations, not speaking out specifically about Activision Blizzard or EA, Ubisoft, Bungie, etc., because I've heard horror stories from my friends and family who are women, who have dealt with this type of behavior for years. This isn't anything new. This has happened for a long time, as I'm sure many of you are aware. And this problem has been going on for so long, to the point where it's starting to finally show its hideous head. And now I think it's time we finally kill this monster that's been hiding from us for so long. And I think we can do that by, making videos like this. Now, I'm sure I'm not the first one to come out and say things like this. I'm sure there are other men and women out there who have very similar opinions to this one. This is only one video among many. But I am encouraging you, if you are watching this, to make your own video about it, so we spread the word and this gets out there. But what I'm going to say is I have a certain opinion about this whole thing, and a certain way I believe we can handle this that isn't just uploading videos, but I personally believe that this whole issue is, it's a generational problem. A lot of people were raised in households and where this disgusting idea, and I hate even using the word opinion, because so many people use that as a crutch to do wrong things or think in a negative way. And opinion in itself isn't always a good thing. You can have a bad opinion. You can have a horrible, just disgusting opinion. It doesn't mean you're right in having this thought. Opinions don't have to be right. They can be absolutely wrong. And that's something else I'm going to talk about, possibly in a future video, but I digress. But these men think that they're better than everyone else because they have money, or because they are not the opposite sex. And this is something that I just truly don't agree with. A lot of you might think I'm joking around with me loving women on this channel, and so I've been called the Sanji of YouTube because of this. But no, the truth is I really do feel deeply connected with women. That's not a joke. Sure, the Sanji bits might be a bit of a joke, but no, I truly do love women. It's something I was raised to do, is respect and love women. And of course, by having so many in my life, you would imagine that would be the result. But not only did they teach me to respect women, but they taught me to respect everyone. They taught me to treat everyone how I would treat myself. And I've lived this way for so long in my life, by treating everyone with respect. Not only from the Bible itself, saying basically the same thing, love thy neighbor as thyself, but my friends and family taught me the same thing. And I go by this code, not only by faith, but my own will. I want this to be the case for everyone. I want everyone to respect each other. And I know that's asking a lot, even from such a small creator like myself that has such a small voice in this community. I still think it's important that people like me and other small creators out there make videos like this, because we do make up most of this platform. So it's important that I, as well as you, touch on this subject, as important as it is. And here's my solution to this whole issue with CEOs being a little corrupt. Not only CEOs, but these work environments being filled with such horrible people. I mean, I watched this video a while ago that basically this just said you can't really fix stupid. Some people are just horrible, and they're going to be horrible because, well, they grew up in a disgusting environment to where these rules were law. And because of that, there's going to be, well, what my church likes to call generational curses. People who just think a certain way, and they always will think this way because, well, they were raised to believe that way. Or because their parents were horrible, they're going to be horrible too. One thing I have to tell you in order to fix this issue: if you believe your parents have a negative opinion on race or religion, don't just follow them blindly. If you go to school and see something completely different than what your parents taught you to do, it's good to question your own actions. If listening to what your parents are saying is causing injury to others or hurting someone's feelings, it's a good idea to rethink what you're doing. Don't bicker with your parents, but instead, bicker with yourself. Is this the right thing to do? Am I doing the right thing by hurting their feelings? Just because this person is a different color than I am, is it right to make fun of them? Just because this person is a different sex, am I far superior? If these ideas that your parents taught you are hurting people, hurting their feelings, hurting them mentally or physically, then this is definitely the wrong thing to do. But instead of questioning them, because their idea is set in stone, arguing with them is going to get you nowhere. But arguing with yourself is going to get you somewhere. Now, I'm not saying disobey your parents. The Bible says respect and obey your parents, for this is right. This is important, and I get it. But at the same time, don't be blinded by what your parents say. Don't be blinded by it. If you're going to school and you're discriminating someone based on their color, your parents told you to do this, think about it. What are my actions doing to people? That's a good way to find out what something is. Whether something is good or evil is how is it interacting with your environment. How does me being rude interact with the people around me? How does me discriminating someone based on their religious belief or color affect people around me? If someone is being hurt or injured by what you are doing, then maybe it's not the right thing to do. Now, the only reason I'm not talking about some of the adults that have this issue, who have this belief that one way is the way of living, is because, well, their ideas are set in stone. Some of these grown men in charge of these companies believe a specific way, so they're going to always believe this specific way, because they're adults. Their ideals are set in stone. It's hard to change their opinion. Never say never, of course, but it's hard to do that. And the best way I think we can change some of these corporations is to replace some of these horrible people in charge with someone younger and understands life a bit better. Because again, you can't fix stupid. If someone has a horrible opinion, they're going to have this horrible opinion, and they're going to continue to disagree with you no matter what you do. And I don't want to say any names here, but there are certain CEOs of Activision and Blizzard and Ubisoft that have these opinions that will never change. They will always be this way. They will always be scumbags, and they will always want to be scumbags. No matter what you say to them, they will always be this way. No matter how obvious your opinion is correct, they will always say, well, my opinion is so-and-so, and they will continue to believe that this thing that they believe in is law and is true. So with that said, I think the best thing we can do here is replace these people with someone better, and preferably someone a lot younger than them as well. Much younger than them, actually. I think the youth would be better fitted for a job like this, especially concerning games. I think we need someone who understands the gaming culture in itself, and I don't think a man in his 60s is going to really do much anything for this industry, because they may not know much of anything about games, especially the games of today. So it's important that we get someone who actually understands video games. Now, that being said, there are plenty of men who are in their 60s that do enjoy games of today, absolutely, and do understand the culture that that gaming has become today. But I personally think that someone younger should be in charge of these corporations. So if they ever do get replaced, when they get replaced, I should say, try to look for someone much younger than them, preferably in their 20s, maybe early 20s if possible, because we need someone who actually understands the gaming culture, who actually understands business a bit better than some of these CEOs do, because there's someone out there like it. I have met them before. There are some extremely intelligent people that I know personally that would do miles better than some of these CEOs that are in charge of these high-paid companies that are in charge of most of the gaming of today. So maybe they should look for someone a bit younger and a bit more up-to-date, opposed to, well, people that are in their 50s or 60s. With all that out the way, that's just my fix for all this, and I think that's what most people think anyway. Calling it my personal fix is a bit of a stretch, because I've heard this before, but I think that is what we should do. Whether someone else has said it or not, I think it's what we should do. I think we should replace a lot of these people who are in charge of these high-paid corporations today. It's very important that we do something about this now or never, because it's becoming a really serious problem, and I want this world to be a better place, and I think a good place to start is with some of these corporations and fixing them before, well, it's too late, before they bury themselves again. Because right now, the disgusting abomination has revealed its ugly head from being buried in slime for so many years. Since it's vulnerable, we should attack now, before it buries itself again. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like and share it with your friends and family. I would appreciate it. Till next time, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.